Shalom Aleichem, beloveds. Tonight represents night 5 of the 8 nights of his light dedication. Tonight is titled The Path and Walk of the Righteous Gets Brighter and Brighter. We'll lead off with a reading of Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. Just as the room grows brighter with each Hanukkah candle that is lit, so does our walk in Messiah Yeshua. A reading of Psalms 84:5 through 13. Blessed are they who dwell in your house. They are ever praising of you. Salah. Blessed is one whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the pilgrim roads. Passing through the valley of Baca, they make it a spring. The early rain covers it with blessings. They go from strength to strength. Every one of them appears before God in Zion. Adonai Zevaot, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob. Selah. O God, look at your shield and look upon the face of your anointed. For a day in your courts is better than 1,000 anywhere else. I would rather stand at the threshold of the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. For Adonai Elohim is a sun and shield. Adonai gives grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from those who walk uprightly. Adonai Zevaot, blessed is the one who trusts in you. Hallelujah. Every step we take is one step closer to the heavenly Jerusalem. Do we yearn to walk in his courts, to make every step count for his kingdom and his glory? But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. Proverbs 4:18. But note, the comparison is extremely beautiful and the sense highly instructive. As the light first tinges the east and increases till the sun has attained its meridian splendor, so is the course of a good man. His knowledge, purity, and holiness gradually increase, and the light of his pious example shines more and more till he is exalted in the heavens to shine as a sun in the full blaze of endless felicity. But the path of the wicked, though they may amuse themselves with many glittering meteors, is thick, gloomy, darkness, a compound of ignorance, error, sin, and misery, until at length it terminates, perhaps unexpectedly to themselves, in the blackness of darkness forever. Reading from Jude 1:13. References to ponder: Proverbs 4:11, Proverbs 2:9, Proverbs 15:9, 2 Samuel 23:4, Job 11:17, Job 22:28, Job 23:10, Job 33:28, Psalm 16:11, 23:3, 25:10, 119:14, 119:35, 119:105, 119:30, 130. The book of Isaiah 2:3, 26:7, Hosea 6:3, Zechariah 14:6-7, Matthew 5:14, 5:16, 5:45, John 8:12, Acts 20:30, 2 Corinthians 3:18, Galatians 1:6, 1:7, Ephesians 4:14, Colossians 1:23, 2:3 through 4, 2:6 through 7. Book of Hebrews 12:13, 2 Peter 1:19, 2:1, 2:2, 3:18. 1 John 2:3, 1 John 2:6, Revelations 21:23, Revelations 22:5. Etymology of the word orak. By definition means way, path, the path road, the pathway, passing of life figuratively, the way of living figuratively, traveler, a wayfarer, Menonami, It's a masculine sound. It's a part of the speech, and its related words are from H732. The word righteous, by definition, tzaddik in Hebrew, just, lawful, righteous. Just and righteous is in government, just or right in one's cause, just and righteous in conduct and character, righteous as justified and vindicated by God, right, correct, and lawful. In addition, it's the word kun, which in Hebrew is defined as to be firm, to be stable, and to be established. To be set up, to be established, to be fixed, to be firmly established, to be stable, to be secure, enduring, to be fixed, to be securely determined, to be directed aright, be fixed aright, to be steadfast, to prepare, to be ready, to be prepared and be arranged, establish, set up, accomplish, and make firm. In the short time we have on this earth as compared to eternity, we need to make every step count. Every day as we walk, we need to know that we are coming closer to the end of our race, but the beginning of a final destination, that being with Yeshua. We are here to establish His word and His will upon the earth, as Yeshua taught us regarding how to pray. As we walk out our faith in Messiah, daily we are to pray. A reading from Matthew 6:9 through 6:13. Therefore pray in this way: Our Father in heaven, sanctified be by your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Our walk in forgiveness daily. And forgive us our debts. Nothing is more frequent in the Jewish writings than to call sins or debts, and the phrase of forgiving is used by both God and men. Thus, the prayer of Solomon is paraphrased by the Targumist. And hear thou the petition of thy servant and of thy people Israel, which shall make before this place. And do thou receive it from the place of the house of the Shekinah from heaven, and do thou accept their prayer and forgive their debts. So Joseph's brethren signified to him that it was their father's orders to say unto him, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, which is rendered by the Chaldee paraphrase, Forgive the debts of thy brethren and their sins. Accordingly, debts are meant sins here, and appears from Luke 11:14, where it is read, and forgive us our sin. These are called debts, not because they are so in themselves, for then it would be right to do them. Debts should be paid. They are not debts we owe to God, but are so called because on account of them we owe satisfaction to the law and justice of God. The proper debts we owe to God are love, obedience, and gratitude. And in default, these we owe the debt of punishment. Now, these debts are numerous, and we are incapable of paying, nor can any mere creature pay for them for us. Wherefore, we are directed to pray that God would forgive them or remit the obligation to punishment we lie under on account of sin. This petition supposes a sense of acknowledgement and confession of sin and the inability to make satisfaction for it, and that God can only forgive it, who does, for Christ's sake, on account of his blood, sacrifice, and satisfaction. What is here requested is a manifestation and application of pardon to the conscience of a sensible sinner, which, as it is daily needed, is daily to be asked for. The argument or reason used is, as we forgive our debtors, which is to be understood not so much for pecuniary debtors, though they are to be forgiven, when poor and unable to pay, but such who have offended or done real injury to others, either by word or deed, the injuries of enemies, the unkindness of friends, all sorts of offenses are to be forgiven by us. And not only so, but we are to pray to God to forgive them also. Now, this is mentioned not as if our forgiving others is the cause of God's forgiving us or the model of it, or as a setting Him an example, or as if His and our forgiving were to be compared together. Since these will admit of no comparison, this is an argument founded upon God's own promise and grace to forgive such who have compassion on their fellow creatures. Walking in His wisdom daily, reading from Proverbs 4:11, I instructed you in the way of wisdom. I have guided you along straight paths. Proverbs 2:9, then you will discern what is right and just and fair, every good path. Psalm 16:11, you make known to me the path of life. Abundance of joys are in your presence, eternal pleasures at your right hand. Psalm 23:3, he restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 119:35, help me walk in the path of your mitzvah, for I delight in it. That concludes our dedication for this evening. Thank you. Shalom and Yeshua.